Welcome to the Lakes 100.
We show you the benefit of driving around this beautiful road trip around the Lake District in summer. Good morning from Ambleside. We planned to go to the Armoured Museum. When we looked online, it wasn't really for us. Near the Armoured Museum is a place called the Bridge House. The Bridge House is apparently one of the most photographed buildings in the Lake District, and for good reason. It's absolutely beautiful. It's right in the centre of Ambleside. If you have a copy of the old Lakes 100 map, it suggests you go and see this in the old map. We've got the old map, but we've also bought the new map just in case anything changed, and it did. Right next to the Bridge House is a great pub, and next to that is a great restaurant. We went to the Ambleside Tap House, had a few beers, and we were going to get pizza, but the barman said they serve till 9 o'clock and they don't. They serve till 8:30. We waited till 8:40 before putting our order in. We were too late. If you're doing the Lakes 100 in a motorhome or a camper van, we found a little motorhome here right in the centre of Ambleside. It's £20 for the night. It's called Miller's Field Motorhome Air. You just get to the gate and you text the guy and he gives you the code to get in. It's £20 a night. There's no facilities. There is water, but there's no toilet facilities, but there is a public toilet 3-4 minute walk away, and it's 60p.
So now we're off to our next destination on the map. We're on our way up to Rydal Caves. It's beautiful around here.
Oh, so we are currently on the return leg. We've done a bit of a circular route, gone down alongside the lake, and the views around here are just amazing. It's just wall to wall, beautiful. So we now find ourselves at Thirlmere, which is, it's easy to call it a lake, but it's actually a reservoir. And it turns out this feeds, there's a 96-mile aqueduct from this reservoir all the way to Manchester. If you live in Manchester, this reservoir gives you water.
So it says that this, on the Lakes 100 map, that this is a sunken village, but we'd always heard of Mardale as being the sunken village at Haweswater. So I've googled it, and apparently in 1879 the Manchester Corporation obtained royal permission to turn this into Reservoir is starting to rain, and they flooded the hamlets of Withburn and Armbroath, and apparently folklore says that people climb Raven Crag and Launchy Gill in searches of ghosts of the lost world.
No way.
The tower we saw, I've just googled, and is apparently was the water control tower for the lake. I mean, I don't know what they did at it, but...
Controlled water?
Yeah.
You might not be able to see it very well, but this hill behind us here is called Raven Crag. We've camped at the top of there, and the view is outstanding over the lake. Thirlmere is probably my favourite water. It's very easy to say lake, but it turns out there's only one genuine lake in the Lake District, which is Seathwaite. This lake is my favourite in the Lake District because there's no tourism around here. There's a road going round it, and we are currently stood on the dam wall, but the scenery around here is outstanding. There's lots and lots of Wainwrights surrounding this lake that you can go and climb, one being the very famous Helvellyn. This is the perfect place to get the drone up and show you this water in all its glory, because I'm in love with this place, but it's just started raining. Where do people need to go for food when they visit Keswick, Sarah?
I don't know, we've never really been anywhere that I like.
No.
The old Keswickian people, the old bloody Keswickian.
And we've got bread and butter too. Good morning from our campsite just outside of Keswick. When we left you yesterday, we were at Derwentwater. So on Derwentwater, you've got St Herbert's Island, which apparently is named after a monk. We had no intentions of going over to the island, but it is something we wouldn't mind doing one day because we have a kayak, although we have a stupid dog as well. But then there's Catbells. Catbells is one of the most popular fells in the Lake District, and it's claimed to be dog friendly, family friendly. I'm sure someone even said it was pram friendly, which kind of disagree. You get a pram up there, but not sure you'd enjoy it. But the views from Catbells are amazing, as long as the weather's good, that is. Now, Keswick itself is a place of interest on the map, and there's a couple of museums there that it recommends you go into, one of them being the Pencil Museum, and I believe I'm not sure whether it's England's or the world's largest HB pencil. It's not for us, but I think just for a bit of a laugh you should go in there and I'll just have a little look around. Anyone who watches our videos will know that we adore Keswick. We're here a lot. It's got a hell of a lot to offer, whether it's views, mountains, water sports, pubs, chippy. Obviously we had our favourite chippy last night, which is Old Keswickian fish and chips. We came to this campsite which we've stayed at a number of times, Burns Farm. It's just outside of Keswick. The reason we came here is because we stayed at a couple of basic type places the last few nights, even before we started this trip, and we needed a good shower. Burns Farm has won Loo of the Year 2022, I think it was, 2021, something like that.
Now we're at Castlewick Stone Circle. We've been here before, but we thought we'd do it again.
If you walk out the end of the car park, furthest away from the road, you'll see a steep path go up through the woods. It's a bit of a short, sharp, long burster, but trust me, it's worth it. And though you're not here In fact, it's so good up here. We spread my granddad's ashes up here, and my nan's ashes at home waiting to be spread in the same place. And a little tiny bit further up, we had our wedding photos taken as well. There's a lot of very large ants up here as well. Not a bad view, eh? Although my vertigo started giving me a bit of a bum twitch. Right, it's enough of that. Dodging the ants, back to the van, on to the next location. Ah, steady. Good boy. Jack. So a lot of people's dogs don't like eating tablets and you have to hide it in cheese and meat. But Jack, he's just at a Piriton with nothing. Just a Piriton tablet on its own.
One day I was giving him his flea and tick tablet and I dropped it on the floor before I could wrap it in something to eat. And he just ate that as well. And it was about this big.
So we've just got back from the Bowder Stone. The path is really easy. Bit of an incline, but it's a really good path. It's a short walk as well, 10 minutes. The stone is massive, like massive. It's about, 65 foot tall. And there's some really steep steps going up. Nice grippy steps, and Jack absolutely flew down in my pappy pants as he was coming down, because I thought he was going to go arse over tit.
Alan climbed to the top and then remembered when he was at the top that he was scared of heights. So he was a little bit jittery on the way down, and then obviously Jack followed him. We let him off the lead because he'd have dragged me down them stairs.
Yeah. So we just got back to the van now. We're going to have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and then head on to the next destination. Wrong. The length is 62 feet. Perpendicular height is 36 feet and circumference is 89 feet, but it's a big rock. So we've come down to Seathwaite Farm. On the Lakes 100 map, it mentions that there's 2 yew trees that are potentially 2,000 years old. I'm not much of a tree expert, but I like old trees, and I think if a tree is 2,000 years old, you should go and see it. It looks like it's down near Seathwaite Farm, which we're familiar with because we've hiked down here lots of times and wild camped up in the nearby fells and things. So we've come down to Seathwaite Farm, and there is free parking, but bear in mind this is one of the busiest areas in the Lake District for walking up Scarfell Pike, which is the tallest mountain in England. We've asked the farmer, he showed us a route across the bottom of the fell up towards the trees, and we can see them from here. We just can't get to them too easily. So we are going to come back here one day and stay. We've got plans to stay at this campsite anyway, so you'll probably see us here in the future if you tune in.
So now we're going on to our next attraction.
So we have just left the Borrowdale Valley and come over the Honister Pass, and as you'll see, it's pretty spectacular apart from the weather. It's 25% gradient, so it is pretty steep, but it's easily doable. But the views going down as you go past the Honister Slate Mine down the hill into the Buttermere Valley are gorgeous. And we found a little campsite at the end of Buttermere called Syke Farm. It's pretty basic, but there's 2 pubs next door and you're surrounded by fells. Now, I'm not sure how easy you're going to be able to see this, but we are currently here. So here's Buttermere and here's Crag. So we drove in along this road alongside Buttermere, and we're here at the campsite, and there's 2 pubs here. What we're going to do is walk along this green line to Scale Bridge, alongside towards Crag, alongside the water, and then where this forks off left, we're going to go up this hill, follow the waterfall, scale back. You get to Scale Force waterfall here. Alright, we'll hopefully see you up there because it's a bloody windy one.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into.
We went back to the van briefly before because the rain went turbo, like ridiculous. You couldn't see any hills. I thought, oh, sod this. And luckily, the wind's that strong, it blew everything through, and all of a sudden, we've got a summer's day.
It's crazy as well because we come from Keswick and Windermere that were just like chock-a-blocker, and now we're in Buttermere and like we've hardly seen anyone, have we?
Yeah, Buttermere does get busy, but right now,
Empty.
perfect. And the views here, mate, are just stunning. I can't stop taking photographs. Cumbrian breeze is back.
Blue dude, bad mood, sorta with me.
You got bad audio, bad quality because of the bad weather for the big camera, but just there.
On a rerun. Are you hound dog tired, singing all night long? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue?
Well, we're not showing you the waterfall because we bottled it because the weather went ridiculously bad.
And the path turned into Bognor Regis, so we decided to turn back.
It's for sale. This is impressive, but it's butt clenching.
It's amazing.
I needed a poo and a beer.
We've just seen Lee Mack. I haven't washed my hair for a week and I'm carrying a poop.
Blue dude, blue moon, been 1 or 2 since I ran